Hello folks, I'm Anticio Duke. I want to thank you for stopping by. Yes, you want to create an app or a website and you don't know where to get started. Well, I have you covered this time around. We'll talk about a couple of different steps that help you get started in not only product design, but help you start the process to creating your own mobile application. So if you're interested, stay tuned for more. Welcome. Yes, we're talking about product design, specifically how to create your own mobile application. We're only going to cover an initial part of that because there's multiple phases. There's the idea and design phase, there's the development phase, and then there's the deployment phase. And each one of those phases has steps within them as well. So we'll cover just one part of that. Feel free to let me know if you want to see more along this series, and then I'll be sure to try to capture those in videos in the future. So the first thing you want to really think about when you're starting a mobile application design, a website, or any digital products is to try to understand what problem you are trying to solve. Many designers go into this process just thinking that the UI and the visual elements will do everything for this mobile app. When in reality, you need to be focused, hyper-focused on one problem and try to solve that first. And you do that by asking for feedback. You ask users what problem they're trying to solve. What pain points do they have with existing apps? Or going about their day-to-day to try to complete a task. It could be you're solving a problem for yourself. Many times other people have the same problem. So really documenting and understanding what problem you are trying to solve. My motto is a design is only as good as the problem you are trying to solve. So be very clear and be very concise in trying to solve and identify the problem. From there, strategize a solution. And in product design, it's really focused on user experience. This is creating your user flows that takes the user through each step of the phase in that app, or a customer journey map. This navigates and moves the user through every touch point of the process, from idea or from initial contact to overall sale. There is a touch point in each phase of that. Or it could be just outlining things in a wireframe. UX designers love to create those wireframes as these bare skeletons that contain various elements, images, text, reference UI elements, all of these things, just to show an outline of a layout of this direction. This phase is really, really fun and could lend itself really well once you start getting into the next phase, which is user experience design. These are the visual elements of this particular app. This is the eye candy, the colors, buttons, the typography, the imagery, all of that matters. And many people get hung up in the visual elements of it, not realizing that there's steps to this. And so to outline it in the UX experience and then to design it in the UI experience, these two should be very consistent and they should have a really good relationship between the two. Then there's prototyping. And prototyping is not just after the visual design process. Prototyping is throughout all the steps that lead up to a final product. The more you're testing, the more you're prototyping, the better you start to flush out and get more concise in your solution. This is helpful because you can spot inconsistencies, you can spot odd flows or even interactions early on and then optimize them so that your user can have a better experience once they engage in your product. And the last step in this process is to test it. Always test it. Test it with the exact user group, test it with yourself, test it with friends and family. The more feedback you get and the more analysis of this approach with this app, the more you have that, the more you're able to fine tune and really clean up things so that it works best for the user and the solution you're trying to complete. Now, keep in mind, all of these steps are very iterative. So it's best to have a timeline, have a plan of action when you go into trying to complete these things, simply because it will yield itself better in the end. You're not spending an insane amount of time in each phase of the process. And you're able to get feedback at every step. So there you have it. 5 good stages, iterative stages of the mobile app design website process. This is more aligned with design thinking, the double diamond idea, and the approach to creating design projects. If that was helpful, give this video a like and share it with someone you know that can find value out of all of this content. If you want to know more about product design process, or you want to learn more about how to develop mobile apps and websites, feel free to let me know in the comments below. I'll be sure to make more videos that align with that topic. As I always say, your life has color, so make sure you design it that way. And we'll see you in the next one.